Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So, we are immediately going to get into a reading. Do I have anything to tell you before? I don't think so. I know what deck I want to use. So, let's get into it. Yeah, listen, regarding the decks that I use, I with pleasure tell you, I try to put them into the description box at the end, but I often forget, so just ask me, right, if you want to know, and I will put it down there, right? Okay, so let's get into it. Let's take 9 cards. Let's see what is the subject, what we are talking about today. So, believe in the impossible. It is in reverse in the first place. We have fiery climax approaches. This is in the place of relationships, partnerships, choices, all those kind of things. We have nothing is yet set in stone. It is in reverse, right? We are here with the driving energy. So it kind of feels that something is set in stone. Okay. We have bring love into the situation. It is in reverse, right? Okay, so considering that this card is coming in reverse, I kind of feel that we might be talking here about a situation where you had to accept. There is once again this card that is coming to my mind. It is a card that says the what was it exactly? It was talking about a battle that is lost, but it's not like in a negative way. It's like I have someone who once told me, you know, you have to choose your battles. There is some kind of wisdom, I think, there, but also I kind of feel here that we are talking about a situation where you believed in the impossible and you had to get to a place where you understood that you know, you have to let go, right? Sometimes the right thing to do, it is simply to let go. If we are talking here about a relationship, a partnership, all those kind of things, you know, you can do everything that you think that you can do, but at the end of the day, there are two people there, so you cannot force someone to heal, you cannot force someone to be willing to listen, you cannot force someone to want to change, you know, so some battles are not yours to fight, in fact, right? So let's see. In the fifth place, it's time to release negativity. Okay, this makes me think about a comment that I saw, somebody saying something like, I will be even more miserable if I don't get justice. And I answered, you know, please don't let the past have some kind of impact over you. Yes, we all want to see justice, right? But if we are holding on to justice in order to allow ourselves to heal, to move on, all those kind of things, we are just prolonging a suffering, right? We know that there is some kind of divine timing. Things are not happening when we want them to happen, and very often things are happening when we release, right? Here it kind of feels this way. Bring love into the situation. I kind of feel that you needed to bring self-love into the situation and stop bringing love. We are in the place of foundation here, stability. So while you were giving love, you were unstable because the person or the situation might not have deserved your love, right? You had to stop believing in the impossible, right? So there is here something about release, and very often it is when we release that suddenly things are happening, right? Because when we are holding on to something, we don't let the flow happen, right? And it is in the flow that there is some kind of transformation. And here it is even revealed with the fiery climax approaches. So there is here a letting go, there is here a release. Stop battling a battle that is not yours to fight. And then there is something happening here, right? Very interesting. I like it. Tell me more here, please. Sixth place. The end of a tough cycle approaching. It is in reverse. It is in the sixth place, which is what must be done. So I kind of feel here that someone, I see here the Eight of Cups in reverse. I see the Eight of Swords in the upright. Somebody might have hoped that a cycle would end and it is not happening. What must be done here, it is not about ending a cycle. I also see the World card here in reverse. If somebody is stuck in doing the same things over and over and over again, not learning their lessons, acting in the same toxic, karmic, unwounded ways over and over again without any growth, then the cycle is not ending, right? So here it kind of feels that the universe is saying, no, the cycle is not ending, but it is not ending for a reason, right? Let's take three more. 1, 2, et 3. There is one card that fell on the floor, so let me take it. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We have a new beginning, a new romantic cycle begins. It is in reverse. This is in the healing position. So I kind of feel that somebody here was holding on hope, right? While we know here from this card that they were hoping, but they were not doing the work, right? So it kind of feels here, we have don't let pride get in your way. This is in the place of karma. This is the manifestation. They were very prideful, so they might not have done anything in order to change the situation, thinking maybe that if they would give time, they could just come back and everything would be repaired. Some people tend to think that time is forgiveness. Absolutely not. Time can allow you to forgive in order to release yourself, which is very important, right? I just talked about the importance of releasing. The forgiveness is for yourself, but it doesn't mean that you forgive the other person. Yes, you forgive them in the sense that you don't allow the past to hold on to you, hold on to your energy, keep you down. So this is why I don't like the word forgiveness. I like the word forgetness. I know it's not the word, I invent words, right? Forgetness, I like it because it means, okay, I don't forgive what has been done to me. I don't let it go, but I forget it for myself. I let the experience, I don't hold on to the experience, right? Because I just make myself miserable. So I do everything in my power to heal it, so it doesn't have such a huge impact on me, and it allows my mind to forget. When we are repeating scenarios in our mind, we are just giving it more and more and more space in our mind. It creates more and more deeper connections, the synapses, our neurons, right? This is holding on to something, and so we cannot forget because it's in our mind all the time. But when we allow, those thoughts to just go through our mind like waves, and we are not holding onto it, and we are not nourishing the conversation with ourselves or inner talk, right? In the beginning, it might be important to do that, right? To get to some kind of answers to release. This is why journaling might be good, but there is a place where it is just overthinking for overthinking, right? It is not helpful anymore. So at that time, it's important to, the memories, the thoughts are coming through our mind, letting them simply flow, not nourish this dialogue. And so this will cause some kind of forgetness, right? It doesn't mean that you forgive the person. This is something totally different, but you allow yourself to release of the weight of the hurt, right? So, and here, the outcome, the integration, the card that we have is what do you need to release? It is in reverse. Very interesting. Very interesting here because it kind of means here to me, it brings back the subject that I am talking about right now. Sometimes people are telling me, I really, really want to let go, but I can't. People are saying, yeah, they should let go. Ta, 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 ta. The reason why sometimes we are not able to forgive, it is because it is our protection. If we are talking, for example, about a narcissistic relationship, that you are in love with a narcissist, you are under the effect of the trauma bond. What is happening? It is that all the time you are remembering those beautiful memories that you know already, that they were built on lies, they were built on manipulation, but still you have those memories, this craving, this hormonal craving, right? Because with a narcissistic person, a narcissistic relationship, we are talking here about an addiction of those hormonal up and down, right? It is truly an addiction. It is so not forgetting the hurt. It is protecting us when we have those good memories coming to our mind. It protects us to just fall into it. We tend naturally, and it is kind of a survival mechanism, we tend to forget the bad things and remember only the good, which can be very, very dangerous when we are dealing with somebody narcissistic. So sometimes not releasing it is a defense mechanism that is very, very important. It will happen when it is supposed to happen, right? So there is no fighting against yourself. If you cannot forget, there is a reason why. You can help yourself, right? With understanding, for example, how your mind is working. This is why I am explaining to you about the thoughts, and the connection between neurons and how you can help the programming of your mind, right? By not feeding into something. I know that, for example, I tend to be a dreamer. I'm somebody very realistic on one side, on another side, I am a dreamer. I am a creative, so I have a huge imagination. And I learned not to feed into romance, for example, right? So let's say that I was in a relationship with someone. The time that we were not together, I was fantasizing about all kind of romantic things and all those things. And I totally stopped doing that because I knew that I was creating memories in my mind that didn't truly exist. And this was especially happening in the beginning of a relationship when at the end of the day we are projecting a lot of ourselves on the other because we don't have a lot of reality. And when you are alone with yourself and you don't truly know the person, you are driven by hope and by desire and by love and all those kind of feelings that you have in the beginning. It is all more a creation of self. And so when you allow yourself to dream and fantasize and all those kind of things, you are creating, you are in fact, it's crazy. I'm just thinking about that now. You are love bombing yourself, right? So I know that I stopped doing that. You might hear, can you hear the wind? It is a day today. Uh, the sky is kind of yellow orange. There is a lot of sand in the air. And yes, my window is open, so I guess that I will have to cleanse my living room afterwards because there is a lot of wind. So anyway, this being said, we will get into the tarot. I'm just looking, is there something else that yeah, it kind of feels here that we are talking about your release bringing some kind of situation. I'm very curious about the fiery climax approaching here. It is also in Aries. Aries, it is the youngest sign of the zodiac. It is a very fiery energy. Let's see, the full moon in Scorpio, this is talking about transformation. The Scorpio is about transformation. We are talking about the death card in the tarot, which is an ending for a better beginning. Okay. Okay. So I kind of feel, I kind of feel here that this reading is not talking especially about you. It is talking about somebody else, right? Who believed in the impossible, right? So we discard here, as we understood, they are not doing the work. They are just hoping that with time, things will arrange themselves with some kind of magic, right? They believed in the impossible, right? Thinking that a new cycle would start. It is in the healing place, it is in reverse. So, no, the new romantic cycle is not starting again, right? We know why. Because they didn't learn their lessons. So it kind of feel that they might be very stressed out now, realizing, in fact, that they were fed by illusions, dreams, avoidance, maybe, because with the nothing is set in stone, it means that it is set in stone. So I kind of feel here that they had a lot of time in order to make changes. Maybe you gave them time. Maybe it's not that you gave them time. When you closed the door, there was still an ability to open it. I see clay, the clay was not, the beton. Beton, how do we say beton in, it's the material that you put in houses that once it becomes dry, you cannot move it anymore. Like it's very very strong. So maybe in the beginning the door was closed, but there was still this ability to open it because the clay was not dry yet. But it's totally dry now. So it is set in stone. It is set in stone. So bring love into the situation. Apparently they didn't bring love into the situation, right? They didn't. So there is here this transformation that should have happened. We are in the fifth position, so the change. This should have happened, but we know that there was no transformation. They were just sitting on their ass. Maybe we are talking about someone following the motto, I don't chase, I attract, in some kind of way, right? I don't know. Somebody very, very prideful with the don't let pride get in your way. I like it. It is the Leo. I often talk about the fact that for me, the Leo, there is some kind of association to a big ego, right? Not all Leos, of course. In every sign, we have the positive and the negative. I'm a Scorpio. I hope that I am not in my karmic energy. I hope that I'm the elevated Scorpio, and so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, helping people transform, release of what they don't need anymore, right? This is the Scorpio. This is what I'm doing, but I am totally conscious that we have Scorpios that are in their karmic and they might be the most dangerous and horrible people, right? So in every sign, there are two sides to it, right? So it's not because you are a Leo that you are ego-driven, but there is this karmic element of the Leo that is very ego-driven, right? So we might be talking here as it is in the place of the manifestation and the karma. They might be going through the dark night of the soul, being humbled by life, realizing that the impossible thing that thought that would happen, right? They didn't even doubt themselves. Well, now they are realizing that, yeah, they lost. So what do you need to release? It is in reverse. I kind of feel that they decided to release things that they shouldn't have. Like they decided to release whatever they did to you that was very painful, and instead of bringing love into the situation, instead of apologizing, it's not what they did, right? They were very prideful. So this, they forgot what they did to you that was very, very hurtful, right? But they didn't release other things that were comfortable for them. Kind of feel that it's all backfiring. So let's see, what deck do I want to use today? Let's take this one. I haven't used it since some time. So let's see, let's get deeper in all of this. Let's get a little bit more information about this. Let's see. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. If I am talking about masculines or feminines, like for example with the kings or the queens, I am not talking about the gender, I'm talking about the energy from where someone is operating. So please apply it however it applies to the roles in your life, and this reading can be past, present, or future. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. Tell me more regarding the belief in the impossible, please. King of Cups, Hermits. Let's see, where can I put those cards? Here. Okay. Okay, I want to be able to put it a little bit higher. Believe in the impossible in reverse. It kind of feels that this person have underestimated your wisdom, your understanding, your emotional intelligence, your maturity. This is what it feels to me here. They might have thought that you were naive, that you would maybe doubt yourself in some kind of way, that you wouldn't be able to see through, that you wouldn't stand your ground. There is here a lot talking to me about wisdom. With the King of Cups, right? We are talking about someone who is in awareness, who is in self-awareness. Yes, we are with the cups. Very loving, very empathetic, very understanding. But the understanding is at a mature level, which means that it's not just understanding and having no boundaries. This is, okay, I understand what's going on here, and I adapt myself according to what I am dealing with, right? With the Hermit here, also somebody who is curious, right? And having a deeper understanding of even things that are not seen. We are with the moon here. We have the moon on this card. The moon, it is talking about also the invisible, being able to see the invisible, sensitive to energy, right? So here, what this is telling me, it is that somebody believed in the impossible because they thought, they didn't consider your maturity and your wisdom, right? They thought that your understanding might, I can't, you know what I feel, and it is so stupid, right? I kind of feel that you were angry about something, and it was very, very, very legitimate. And this person thought, okay, so there's a fire here, I will just wait. And so the anger will just go down, and then I will come back. This is what I feel. When in fact, it's the most ridiculous thing that you can do, right? When somebody is angry, the worst thing that you can do is just let them deal with their anger, taking distance, and then thinking that you can come and present yourself like if nothing happened. No, no. Once you haven't helped me take down this fire, right, that was in a connection between us, if I have to take care of the fire alone, I don't want you anymore. I won't allow you to come back and put me back on fire. I know what happens when you put me back on fire. You let me burn myself alone. So, no. Like, it was a very stupid calculation, right? It was a very coward calculation, if you ask me. So, the fiery climax that approaches. Tell me what's going on here. Oh, oh, they are playing the victim. Poor you. Oh, okay. The Queen of Cups in reverse and the Star in reverse. Yeah, they are totally in an alignment. With the Star, we have also the wish fulfillment. It is in reverse, so they understand that they won't have their wish fulfillment, and I kind of feel here that they won't have their wish fulfillment because they came from a very immature place. The Queen of Cups in reverse, it is truly someone who doesn't take responsibility, accountability for anything. We are talking here about someone stuck in a victim's mentality. Once again, being stuck in a victim's mentality it is something very, very real. It is not talking about people who are victims and are talking about what happened to them. It doesn't mean that you are in a victim's mentality. You are in a victim's mentality if you are there, you are stuck there, and you feed yourself of this misery. You are comfortable in this misery. You want to attract sympathy. You don't want to take accountability. You don't want to heal. You don't want to heal, right? This is being stuck in a victim's mentality. With the Queen of Cups, yeah, we have here also what I kind of feel that this Queen of Cups, yes, represents them, and the reason why maybe they might not have moved and done anything, playing the victim, being a coward, an emotional coward. But also at the same time, I kind of feel here that with this Queen of Cups in reverse, we are also talking about someone who is very emotionally unstable right now, right? If the Queen of Cups in the upright is very stable, it is not somebody who is reacting, they are responding. They are still very emotional, but they know how to manage their emotions. Here it is in reverse. We are talking here about someone who is emotionally unstable. So they might even be overreactive right now, right? Yeah, okay. And the Star, as said, we know they believed in the impossible. Here, with the Star in reverse, we know that they know now that whatever they were hoping would happen, it will not happen, right? This is the fiery climax. Tell me more here, please, about this fiery climax. Yeah, the High Priestess. There is some kind of level of understanding now, right? So they were avoiding the truth, You know, being in this victim's mentality, being an emotional coward, not willing to see the truth, kind of feels now that we are getting to a place that they cannot avoid the truth anymore, and the truth that they cannot avoid, it is that whatever they were hoping that would happen, it is not happening anymore, right? This new romantic cycle that they were hoping that would begin, it is not beginning, right? So, nothing is yet set in stone in reverse. They lost. Six of Wands, they lost, right? They refuse to see the fact that there was an ending. We might be talking about a romantic relationship, but we might also be talking about something else. Even though we have the word romantic here, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Might be talking about family. It might be talking about anyone that you decided that you took distance, right? And they were just sitting on their ass, being very prideful and thinking that you would come back, right? And now they are awakening to the fact that you are not coming back. No, they lost. They lost. They lost because of their reckless behavior. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Very, very fiery energy used in the worst way possible. Maybe when you took distance, what they did was totally reckless, not thinking about the consequences of their actions. This is truly an energy here with the reckless behavior. I'm not considering the hurt that I'm causing. There is some kind of hot-headed energy, somebody temperamental. It is also someone that sometimes enjoys conflict. They feel alive with conflict, right? Some people truly need conflict all the time. I remember that I knew someone like that. It was a woman. It was a friend of mine. And this person always needed to be in conflict with someone, right? So sometimes it would be me, sometimes it would be another friend of ours. It was like a inner battle that they had inside, right? They were totally unaware. And so all the time, this inner battle that they had inside, they were projecting it outside on someone, their frustration, the frustration that they had inside, that they were not aware of, or they were not healing it, taking care of it, they were projecting it outside. And so it was always somebody else, always, right? So, listen, okay, so, yeah, there was some kind of reckless behavior that they did, and at that moment, something was broken. Maybe at that time it would have still be possible to somehow repair what was broken, but as they let you repair yourself alone, the fire, right? Alone. So why would you let them in anymore, right? Kind of feels that this person thought that you would always come back, that they would have all the time in the world, and that you would always come back, you know, and that, I don't know, we have the element here of pride, huh? Somebody prideful, so might explain a lot. So yeah, the Six of Wands, they lost. They lost because of their inability to act in responsible and respectful ways. Bring love into the situation in reverse. There is here some kind of confusion that might have happened to you in the past, right? So you have brought a lot of love into the situation, so they thought that it would continue because you are so loving, so caring, so understanding. They thought that it would continue, right? The moon here is in reverse, but I kind of feel that once they did what they did, right, and then they were just sitting on their ass thinking that you would come back because they were too arrogant to accept the fact that they were playing the victim, but it was all a construction of their own mind in order to avoid to face the fact that they are prideful and that they need to take care of the issue, that the reason why they are not taking care of the issue, it is out of ego and pride, right? It has brought you some kind of clarity. With the moon here in reverse, with the moon there is confusion, I don't see what's going on, but the moon is in reverse. So you saw, you were not confused anymore, you understood who you were dealing with, right? And I kind of feel, that people can make mistakes in life, right? All kind of mistakes. It all depends what they are doing with their mistakes. This is the thing. What are you doing after you are doing something reckless? What are you doing with that? And this is where I kind of feel that they lost you. They lost you because they decided to maintain their own narrative, right? And this is where it was very, very clear for you that you were dealing with someone that was not on your level, right? You saw the truth here, right? And you worked on your own stability here. We have the Four of Wands, taking care of yourself, of your own stability, bringing back love to yourself and not to this person, because I kind of feel that the awakening that you had, it was that this person was not acting from their heart space towards you. If we are talking here about someone guided by pride, what I see in my mind, it is, somebody who is hugging themselves. There is no place they are not hugging others, they are hugging themselves. It's all about them, protecting themselves. The ego is very me. So the ego is not especially negative. If it's well balanced with your heart space, it's totally okay. But here we are talking about someone who is totally ego driven, right? Okay, so it's time to release negativity. Tell me about it's time to release negativity. Ten of Pentacles and Nine of Swords in reverse. I kind of feel here, right, that they were hoping somehow that for a reason or another, you would miss them, you would be down, you would not release negativity, right? This is kind of what I feel here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, talking about family, community, legacy, all those kind of things. And then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is releasing of anger, fear, anguish. So I kind of feel that they put you in a situation, they tried at least, to put you in a situation where you would be fearful to be without them. But I kind of feel that you truly concentrated on yourself. With this Ten of Pentacles here, I feel that you invested in your own legacy. I don't feel here especially your family, your community, all of this. I don't feel that. I kind of feel that maybe they have used the family and the community and their own legacy in order to somehow get some kind of impact on you, to try to make you feel fearful and anguished. So we might be talking about a smear campaign here. I don't know. The card didn't come up. It might come up after. It might not, right? But I kind of feel that they wanted you. Can you see here? They wanted you to be fearful, but I kind of feel that it didn't work. I still want to get a little bit more information about this Ten of Pentacles here. Tell me more about this Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, we have the Six of Wands here. And the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay. So I kind of feel that you got to a place here where you understood that you needed to move forward. You needed to move forward, and I kind of feel that when with this Ten of Pentacles, you might have turned your back to your own family, community, whoever, whatever, listen to this person, playing the victim, right? Making you the bad guy. I kind of feel that you turn yourself to a bigger community. Maybe a community that is not the community that you are coming from, maybe finding your soul tribe, right? Connecting to the collective, maybe connecting to the highest. Um, yeah, I kind of feel here truly that because you might have felt that they were not releasing negativity, they were supposed to, right? Because the negativity was also against you, but it was a way to avoid responsibility, right? So it was all fucked up at the end of the day. So I kind of feel here that you might have truly needed to turn yourself towards another community here. Six of Wands, winning, but there is here the support of the community, so you might have find some kind of support outside of your own family and your own community. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, releasing. Totally releasing here. Okay. Do you want to tell me something more here about the release negativity? The Sun. Yeah, listen, we are also with the Scorpio here, right? So it was all about transformation. So you allowed the transformation to happen. You saw what was going on. You were not confused anymore. You decided to work on your own stability, on your own happiness, accepting the reality for what it is, right? What they didn't do, they were feeding themselves of a false narrative that made them feel at peace. The false narrative was constructed, built from the voice of their pride and ego, right? Being sure that you would come back, which is delusional. Believe in the impossible, here it's in reverse, right? They were delusional. We also have, I want to say we have the moon, but we have the moon on all the cards here, but it's also, you know, like if you are looking at the image, the moon here, even though there is a full image, it's truly like jumping. So yeah, they were delusional. They were delusional, right? Their pride made them delusional. Their inability to understand that they were playing the victim out of cowardness, right? Kept them stuck. It kept them stuck. With the Sun here, we have abundance. Listen, the Four of Wands, stability, the Ten of Pentacles, building your legacy, not being stressed out by them, not being anguished by them. I want to say anymore, you might have been in the beginning, right? When you are in the beginning dealing with the smear campaign and all those kind of things, you don't even understand what is going on, right? So it's very disturbing because you are truly asking yourself question, what did I do wrong? Why is everybody coming against me? Why is this vibe so weird here? So in the beginning you might have been very anguished, but I kind of feel that somehow you have been sent people, maybe it's just online, it might be just online, right? Helping you to see things through, right? Putting the light on the situation here. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. It is in reverse, right? We have also here the Capricorn in reverse. The Capricorn, it is all about safety. So they built their safety on pride and ego, which is not a real safety. So they don't feel safe anymore, right? They build their safety on, as said, pride and ego, which is something very, very superficial because you depend on other people, right? It is not a grounded a grounded self-confidence or feeling of security, right? And also on illusions and delusions, holding on to something that doesn't exist anymore. So they thought that with time, right, you wouldn't be angry anymore, right? It's like somebody who is angering you terribly. They don't apologize. They don't offer a honest discussion. They are bringing you like a present, you know, thinking that you would just let it go. Okay, so the end of a tough cycle approaching. Tell me more. In reverse. Yeah, listen. They never thought, right, that you would start anew somewhere else. I kind of feel that they thought that you would be stuck. They thought that you would be stuck, and so they would be able to come in whenever they want to come in, whenever it is comfortable for them, whenever they think that you are not angry anymore. I kind of feel, you know, that because they are feeding themselves of lies, illusions, delusions, all those kind of things, that they were hoping that you would miss them, right? That you would feed yourself of illusions and delusions in some kind of way, and it would leave the door open for them. The Fool, you started anew. You started anew because you had to make an informed decision. The Two of Swords, you are not blinded, you accepted the truth for what it is, which I kind of feel that they thought that you would never be able to do. I kind of feel that this person is overestimating themselves a lot, right? And I kind of feel that they are so unaware of their own toxicity that they don't even realize that it is a present at the end of the day that they are not there anymore, right? This is kind of what I feel here. It makes me think, you know, I'm watching sometimes videos of Charlotte Dobre. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. Like Reddit stories, you know, where people are dealing with horrible people, like horrible friends or horrible whatever. And so those people are threatening, you know. Like you know, it's a lot of Reddit stories. So sometimes it's about a wedding. Somebody's organizing a wedding, and so their best friend, who is supposed to be the support and everything, they have the main character syndrome, so they need to have all the attention on themselves, and so when it's not happening, they are just creating crises all over, right? And so this person is saying, okay, so if you don't do that, then I don't want you in my wedding. And like the person, they don't even want to be in the wedding, right? So they say, you know, okay, okay, you know, this is the kind of situation where somebody here thought from their prideful place that it would be a catastrophe if they are not in your life anymore, while in fact it is a release. So yes, it might have been hurtful and all and all and all and all, you know, but at the end of the day, it is a release. At the end of the day, right? Yeah. Okay. A romantic cycle begins. Did I think I did, but I will shuffle again. Wait, because I see something. Okay. A romantic cycle begins in reverse. In reverse. Yeah. They're desperate now, right? This is grieving. Yeah, this is grieving because now they finally understand. We have the judgment card here, right? You had to put a judgment on the situation. I said if when there was the crisis, they would have done something, being authentic, taking accountability, then maybe things might have been different. If they would have helped you deal with the fire that they created. It is not the case. So you had no other choice than to put a judgment. I said once on someone, if I have to heal by myself of what you did to me, we are over and done with. We are over and done with. I don't need you in my life and I don't want you in my life. You are coming in, you are putting on a fire, and then you let me heal by myself and you think that you will come back? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? So yeah, now they are sad, they are grieving, they understand that the romantic cycle that they thought that would begin again, it doesn't have to be a romantic cycle. We might be talking here about a connection, a relationship, a family ship, a workship, whatever it can be, a friendship, I don't know. They understand that it's over. The judgment is here. Okay, don't let pride get in the way. Yes, listen. They are going through the dark night of the soul. What does it mean? Does it mean that they will heal? Absolutely not. What it means, it is that life is humbling them. How? We are talking here about someone who is driven by the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, somebody where appearances are very, very important. It's all about money, about status, about look at me and look at what we have here. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Their pentacle is taken from them, right? It's taken from them. There is no new opportunities. There is nothing. Why? Because when they received a pentacle, they didn't care about it the way that they were supposed to care about it. They didn't, right? So yeah, they are going here. Life is humbling them. They were all about power, status, and pride. It is taken from them. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, our dear Queen Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, we know they are materialistic, very superficial. They are, at the end of the day, very insecure, right? So they need all this appearances, designer, the car, the house, the friends, the everything, that it gives them confidence, right? They need that because, in fact, as said, they have no confidence. This is why they need to look a certain way, dress a certain way, be surrounded by a certain kind of people, right? Their confidence doesn't come from a deep place. It doesn't come from inside, right? It doesn't. So yeah, they don't care the right way when they are getting some kind of something of value. They receive something of value. They don't treat it the right way. They are losing it. Yeah, we are talking here about someone who is humbled by life. What you need to release in reverse. The Queen of Swords in reverse. What they need to release, right? It is the way that they are judging, the way that they are thinking. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We are talking here about someone who is very judgmental, very critical. They are bitter, they are unhealed. Their way of thinking is totally fucked up, right? When something is uncomfortable to them and their pride, they just forget it, they put it to the side, and they are building up stories, judging others and justifying whatever they do through fake narratives colored by something that suits their pride and ego. What they need to release and that they are not releasing, it is judging others. They need to start judging themselves, right? Because at the end of the day, they are projecting on others things that are inside of themselves, but they don't see it. It's the lack of awareness here that is truly a problem. And so, yeah, they are, as said, bitter, cold, cynical, critical, manipulative, not genuine, unfair. Yeah. Okay, let's go to closure here. Let's go to closure. Let's go to closure, please. What should the collective be aware of here? Page of Cups in the reverse. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah, listen. They understand now, right? If they were still in your energy in some kind of way, right? Chances are that they will turn away from your energy now because their pride and ego cannot handle it anymore, right? They know. The Ten of Swords is like there is this ending of the way that they were thinking. They know here that there is something here that is not okay, and they know that they are guilty. But this is where they are right now. They know that they are guilty. They know that they are not acting from their heart space. They know. They know. They know that the way that they are thinking is totally fucked up. That all that they are doing is betraying other people. What will they do with that now? I don't know. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information. Can you see those cards? Yes, you can. Closure, can you tell me a little bit more here about that? The Emperor in reverse. Controlling, domineering, gossiping, toxic lifestyle, toxic environment. I don't see any healing here, right? I don't see any healing. What I do see, it is the dark night of the soul. Life is humbling them, right? This is happening. This is what this reading is about. Life is humbling them. They were all still in your energy, being sure that you would come back, right? I have this phrase coming again. I'm not chasing, I'm attracting, right? So they were trying to attract in some kind of way. They understand now. No, absolutely not. So they are being humbled. Do I see healing here? I don't. I absolutely don't. Yeah, they are stuck in nostalgia, a bad nostalgia. The Six of Cups here is in reverse. Bad nostalgia. We have the Three of Pentacles here. They might be trying here to work with some kind of people, but it is in order to try to regain some kind of control of the situation, right? You are very defensive here, right? Whatever plan they might have, it won't work. It won't work because you know that they are not the partner that you deserve. You know that. You have put a total ending to this connection. The Death card is in reverse, so it is an ending. There is no new beginning, right? Because you had to heal by yourself. Look, we also have the Lovers here. You had to take care of yourself by yourself. Totally, right? While they were corrupted, all about their appearances, their ego, their status, their money, making up lies, greedy, emotionally greedy, right? Totally stuck. Totally stuck. Yeah, they are going through a tower now. They are going through a tower because there is this aha moment and they realize that, yes, you have gone towards calmer waters. Yeah. Yeah, the tower is because you left. This is the tower. Understanding, having this aha moment, right? That you left. You left. It's over. You are gone through towards calmer waters. This is the tower. Yeah, because the whole foundation was based on lies. Their inner narrative was based on being a coward, being prideful, playing the victim. Yeah, now they want to fight. Yeah, listen, they are totally confused. They are totally confused because they are not doing the work. They are not doing the work. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you had to take yourself out of a miserable place because of them, right? Yeah, you brought justice. You brought justice to yourself by ending this cycle and embracing your energy. We have the Empress here. You might be an emperor, right? You brought justice to yourself by ending this cycle and embracing who you are. This has forced you into totally realigning with yourself, with your energy, knowing who you are, understanding that other people are not like you. We have the Magician here in reverse, understanding that some people will do everything in their power in order to confuse you, right? And when this happened, you have understood that you need to step back. You need to step back, right? You have learned a lot of lessons here. You have turned all this situation at the end of the day. And if you did not, so I hope that this will help you do it, turn all of this into an opportunity, right? Am I saying that this horrible situation was an opportunity? No. In life, we are going through a lot of things that are not opportunities, but we can always somehow turn something into an opportunity, right? All the fact that I can present myself in front of you here, right? And do whatever I'm doing, helping other people, it is because I have gone through so much bullshit. But I decided not to let this bullshit destroy me. I have decided to take all this bullshit and alchemize it, heal it, and help others, right? Give them insights, information, awareness, self-awareness, support. This is making the best out of a situation. We are always getting in life experience, right? The pentacle here, it is a manifestation, something happening in your life, right? It can be very negative, it can be very positive, it can be both, right? And very often it is the negative that when you succeed to turn it in a positive, this is the ultimate, right? This is the ultimate. Yeah, becoming the Hierophant. This is a teacher. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Self-love. Okay, listen, I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, insightful, maybe even healing. I would love to read you in the comments. I wish you a beautiful day. Until very, very soon. Bye.